to my health journey. Awesome health journey, that's what I call this. Of course, Brett Dupree, and this is going to be a weekly update. Didn't really post one yesterday because yesterday, pretty much right after my workout, I ate some food and then got ready because I was going to hang out with a friend after I played a TTRPG. It was really fun. I played like a new age hippie in this. It's called Public Access, and the way this game works is you roll to try to generate clues to solve a mystery, and then you take the clues that you generate and then you try to come up with a way for those to make sense. And then you roll based off your clues, and then so it's like a procedurally generated mystery where the players and the GM work together to kind of create the mystery and solve the mystery. It's such a cool idea. It's called Public Access. And the funny part about it is the way the game has worked. It basically, you grew up in the 80s and 90s and it's 2004 and you're going back, and almost everything that you're nostalgia for, because nostalgia is a big part of the game, were things that I was nostalgic for. So yeah, almost everything you get to choose like 3 items to be nostalgic for, and like most of those things are like, oh yeah, I remember that, oh yeah. But anyways, I really like playing games like that because it's just fun to create stories. I think it's just an integral part of human beings to create stories. It's how we used to tell our history and teach lessons, and I think that's one thing that we're missing a lot uh, in modern society, especially as adults, is that need to tell and create story. Myth and legends and learning stories. It's always been a big part of us once we started talking. Overall, this week has been interesting for me. Friday was like a year anniversary of yoga. And the way I look at it, it's my year anniversary of me procrastinating that I'm going to take yoga. And it took me a month and a half. I didn't join until mid-August, so I missed out on the founders founders rate, which sucks. That's my own dumb fault for keep on procrastinating. Because I thought about visiting after the second week. The first week it was a big line. It was a big deal. But overall, one thing it did make me do is look back and think about how much better I feel this year than last year. Like my hips and just overall, like last year I was like 380 something, and now being 330 is just, I feel so much better. Even though today's yoga session was difficult, I just felt so stiff and less stiff than usual. I mean, yeah, more stiff than usual. And but even you know how I feel now is better than my worst days now are better than my best days, a year ago, especially 2 years ago. I mean, that's something I always think of as continuing to go to yoga and to go to Orange Theory, how I will feel if I continue in 3 months, how much I would feel better I feel 6 months and a year. I always do 3, 6 year. Um, and then look back 3, 6 year, and soon I'll be able to do a year in yoga and look back and see how far I've come. And I've come decently far. I don't feel I'm good, especially like my hips are still pretty bad, even though they're better. They're less stiff. I mean, the thing I'm learning that the more I move something that hurts, the better it gets. Like I talked about this before, but when back when I was young, the education, the idea, the meme, the what was taught was just rest it, ice it, lift it up, and wait till it heals, and then work at it. But now it's move it more, and that kind of strengthens the muscles. And a lot of things I think about, especially when talking to my parents, both of them both complain is I'm in pain. But the thing I'm learning is the more you work on the thing that you're in pain, the less pain you get, especially when you work on the whole leg and everything. And I also really realize is how much I compensate. So one thing that's been hurting for a while that I don't really talk about is my left big toe. My left big toe, the joint hurts a lot when I try to push off on it. I really notice it in lunges. And I started really working on it because when I saw gait videos working on my dead butt, they talked about how your toes should splay out when you're walking. And one thing I've just noticed the last couple weeks is after a while walking, I would scrunch my left big toe because it hurt. And I didn't even think about it. It's not even something that was in my mind. And that caused dysregulation in my hips. And because everything's connected. What my big toe does hits what my ankle does, what hits what my calf does. In fact, today I learned a new stretch where I saw people able to do, but my ankle just does not have the flexibility that to be flat while like on my knees. That's something else I guess I need to work towards. But the thing I've learned is that I can work towards it. A lot of my time, I thought, especially when I started getting in my 30s, was like and fat. I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm in pain because I'm fat and I'm old. And then I start losing weight and I'm still in pain. I was like, well, I guess I'm just old. But then I start just working out certain muscles, especially in my hips, and stretching my hips and working out the muscles around my hips that were weak. And the last couple weeks, working on splaying my big toe and moving my big toe, even though it hurts. My left big toe hurts less now. Now that I stopped compensating for it. And maybe the red light therapy has helped as well, but it's just, I feel a lot better on my left toe. I feel my couple of weeks ago or a month ago or so, it's hard, time is hard, but my dad told me like my walking was a lot better. Yeah, I've worked really hard on my walking, and having like a real gait, a real walk. It's the certain muscles that do that, it hurts less. When I wake up in the morning, my hips aren't just super stiff anymore. I used to wake up and my hips would just hurt. That doesn't happen as much. Yeah, they're not, I'm not saying they're perfectly fine, but what that tells me is that a lot of the issues that I have in my body that I just thought were aging or arthritis are fixable through working them, through strengthening them. And like just making excuses didn't help. And that's what I did with Orange Theory. My back hurts so much in Orange Theory. I didn't even know if I had a bulging disc or whatever. All I knew is it felt like my back would fall apart if I kept on working out, but I just kept on moving what I can, and eventually the muscles strengthened. And same thing happened with my knees. Yeah, I had that magical time at COVID when my knees, after 2 weeks, months of doing nothing, just felt better, and I didn't need a cane anymore, but I still had pain in my knees, and now I have less pain in my knees and more mobility. I have less pain in my hips and more mobility. I I mean, I was actually talking to someone. One of the reasons why I went to yoga is if I ever went to a car crash, if I got into a car crash, got into a car crash, and like that hit my hips, I would not have enough flexibility in my hips for not everything down there just to tear. Um, and I just, yeah, everything is better. My shoulders are a little better. Still need to work on. I still have a lot to work on, but again, in end of September, October, if I keep on going, how much better will I feel in January of next year if I'm able to keep on going and keep on going? How much better do I feel next June if everything works out and I'm able to keep on going, keep on working? How much better will I feel? And that's exciting to think of, especially when I get a year from now to look back to today and think, wow, look how far I've come. It's a process and it sucks because I don't like processes and I don't like things that take time and I don't like things that take effort every day and continue. And that's why I have to continue to make it a priority. I spend $320 a month on yoga and Orange Theory. And the thing I think about is that they're worth it. It's a big priority and it affects so many parts of my life and improves so many parts of my life. And I'm worth it, which is the most important thing to recognize. So I love you for who you are. Thank you for watching. And as always, you are worthy.